Hey there, coin enthusiasts and treasure hunters. Have you ever checked the change in your pocket and wondered if you might be holding a small fortune? Today, we're diving into the fascinating story of the 1994 no-mint Mark Abraham Lincoln penny, yes, that humble copper coin that could be worth $1.1 million. Stick around because you don't want to miss this. It's like playing the lottery, but without spending a dime. Alright, quick question, when was the last time you actually looked at a penny? If you're like most people, you probably just tossed it in a jar, right? But what if I told you that penny could be the key to a life-changing discovery? Yeah, I know it sounds like a fairy tale, but trust me, this is real. Let's start with the basics. What's so special about the 1994 no-mint Mark Lincoln penny? Well, this coin is from the Philadelphia Mint, and coins from Philly don't carry a mint mark. But here's the kicker, it's not just any regular penny. The real value lies in the details. First off, collectors are obsessed with high-quality coins. The 1994 no-mint Mark Lincoln penny becomes a jackpot when it's in mint state, meaning it looks like it just rolled out of the mint yesterday. So if you've got a shiny, uncirculated penny from 1994, you're already ahead of the game. Perfectly preserved pennies from 1994 are super rare. Most of them have been scratched, scuffed, or forgotten under couch cushions. Coin collectors are willing to pay big bucks for pristine examples. It's all about supply and demand, folks. Historical significance. The Lincoln penny is iconic. It's been around since 1909, and each year's design has its own quirks that make collectors go crazy. Let me tell you a quick story. A few years ago, I was cleaning out an old shoebox full of random coins my grandpa had collected. Among the quarters, dimes, and nickels, I found a penny that looked a little different. It was shinier than the others, and I thought, could this be something special? Spoiler alert, it wasn't the $1 million penny, but it turned out to be worth a couple $100. Not bad for a penny, right? This brings me to my point. You never know what you might find if you take the time to look. Imagine finding that 1994 penny, sending it off to get graded, and discovering it's worth $1.1 million. That's like turning a single penny into a house or a college fund. Now, how can you tell if your penny might be worth something? Is it shiny and free of scratches? Great coins with minting errors, like doubled letters or off-center designs, are worth even more. Send it to a professional grading service to get an official rating, and don't be afraid to use tools. There are apps and websites where you can compare your coin to high-value examples. You don't have to be a coin expert to get started. Here's a little humor for you. Searching for valuable pennies is like dating. Most of the time, you'll find duds, but every now and then, you'll strike gold or copper. In this case, alright, my fellow treasure hunters, it's time to check those jars, wallets, and couch cushions. That 1994 no-mint Mark Lincoln penny could be hiding right under your nose, waiting to change your life. If you enjoyed this video and want more tips on coins worth money, hit that subscribe button and join our community of coin enthusiasts. Who knows? Your next big discovery might just be a click away. And don't forget to like this video and share it with your friends. You might just inspire someone to start their own treasure hunt. Hey there, fellow treasure hunters. Let me ask you something. When was the last time you actually looked at your spare change? Like really looked at it? I know. It's just pennies, right? Or is it? What if I told you there's a 1965 no-mint Mark Lincoln penny out there worth a whopping $1.2 million? Yeah, you heard me, $1.2 million for a single penny. Suddenly that jar of coins on your dresser seems a lot more interesting, doesn't it? Stick around because today, we're diving into the story of this rare coin, its value, and why you need to check your couch cushions ASAP. Grab your favorite drink, get comfy, and let's talk about how a penny can potentially change your life. Oh, and trust me, you're gonna want to stick around to the end. I've got a personal story about a coin find that might just inspire you to start digging through your spare change right now. Alright, let's break it down. First, what's the deal with this 1965 no-mint Mark penny? Here's the scoop. In 1965, the US Mint was going through a bit of an identity crisis. They stopped putting mint marks on coins to combat what they called coin hoarding. Basically, people were hanging onto coins like they were Pokemon cards, and the mint wasn't having it. So, no mint marks were added to pennies made in Philadelphia that year. Now, while that might sound pretty standard, here's where things get spicy. Most of these pennies are worth just a cent. But, and this is a big but, if you find one in pristine condition, what we coin nerds call MS-65 or higher, chaching, you could be looking at a small fortune. We're talking $1.2 million at auction. I know what you're thinking, why would anyone pay that much for a penny? Great question. It's all about rarity and condition. Think of it like this, remember Beanie Babies? No? Okay, what about Pokemon cards? When something is rare and in mint condition, collectors go wild for it. The 1965 no mint mark penny is like the Charizard of coins. Now, let me tell you a quick story. A few years ago, I was cleaning out my grandparents' attic, one of those treasure hunts where you mostly find old photo albums and weird trinkets. I stumbled across this dusty jar of coins. I'm talking pennies, nickels, dimes, the whole shebang. I didn't think much of it until I remembered a story like the one I'm telling you now. Long story short, I found a 1972 penny worth $500. Not $1.2 million, but hey, it paid for a nice weekend getaway. Imagine if I had found a 1965 penny in mint condition. I'd be hosting this show from my yacht right now. So, where should you start? First, grab a magnifying glass. Yes, I'm serious, get nerdy with it. Check your coins for the year 1965, and remember, it won't have a mint mark. Then, look at the condition. If it's shiny, no scratches, and looks like it just came out of a roll, you might be in business. And if you're unsure, take it to a coin grading expert, they'll tell you if you've hit the jackpot or just found a shiny penny. Alright, so let's recap. The 1965 no mint mark penny could be your ticket to $1.2 million. The key? Rarity and condition. And even if you don't find $1 million coin, you might stumble upon something else worth a few $100. Not too shabby for a penny, right? Now, here's your mission, go grab that jar of coins, start digging, and let me know in the comments if you find anything interesting. Oh, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button and ring the bell so you don't miss any of my tips on coins worth money. Who knows, the next episode might just help you uncover your next big find. Hey there, treasure hunters. Imagine this, you're cleaning out your couch cushions, digging through some spare change, and suddenly, boom! You find a penny. Not just any penny, though. It's a 1973 D Lincoln penny, and guess what? It could be worth $1.3 million. Yes, you heard that right, one penny could potentially change your life now. Before you start flipping over every penny you've got, let me tell you why this coin is so special, how to spot one, and the secrets behind its jaw-dropping value. So, grab your pennies, settle in, and let's talk money, or, more accurately, big money in the form of a little copper coin. Alright, let's get into it. The 1973 D Lincoln penny was minted in Denver. That's what the little d under the date stands for. Over 3.5 billion of these pennies were made that year, so you might be thinking, how is this thing worth more than $1, let alone $1.3 million? Well, here's the kicker, it's not just any 1973 D penny we're talking about. It's the ones with unique errors or rare features that make collectors go wild. And now, let me tell you a quick story. A while back, I was helping my uncle clean out his garage. He's one of those people who never throws anything away. In one of his old coffee cans, yes, a coffee can full of pennies, I found a 1973 D penny that looked odd. It had this strange double outline around the date. I didn't think much of it until I did some research later and found out it could be a double die error. Spoiler alert, that penny wasn't the jackpot, but it got me hooked on coincollecting.so. What makes a 1973 D penny worth $1.3 million? The most sought-after examples are the ones with errors, double die errors, off-center strikes, or even coins accidentally struck on the wrong metal planchets. These are like golden tickets in the coin world. This happens when the coin is struck twice with a slight shift, creating a doubled image on the date, the lettering, or Lincoln's portrait. If you notice a weird shadow or doubling, you might be holding something special. Some pennies were accidentally struck on planchets meant for dimes or foreign coins. If your penny feels lighter or looks a bit off color, it's worth getting checked out, even if your penny doesn't have errors. If it's in mint state, meaning it looks like it just came from the mint yesterday, it could still fetch a nice price from collectors. Now, let's talk numbers. The reason a 1973 D penny could be worth $1.3 million boils down to rarity and demand. Collectors are willing to shell out big bucks for these error coins because they're incredibly rare. Imagine owning a piece of history that's also a total conversation starter, but don't just take my word for it, check out auction houses like Heritage Auctions or Stacksbauer's. They've sold similar coins for jaw-dropping amounts. And while not every 1973 D penny will make you a millionaire, some can still bring in hundreds or even thousands of dollars. So, what's the moral of the story? Never underestimate the power of your spare change. That coffee can in your uncle's garage or the jar of pennies on your shelf could be hiding a little copper miracle. And even if you don't strike it rich, the thrill of the hunt is worth it. Plus, you'll probably end up with cleaner couch cushions. Win-win, right? Now, before you go rummaging through your coin stash, let me leave you with this: knowledge is power. The more you learn about coins, the better your chances of spotting something valuable. So, if you enjoyed this deep dive into the 1973 D Lincoln penny and want more tips on coins that could be worth serious money, hit that subscribe button and ring the bell. Trust me, you don't want to miss out on our next video. Who knows, it might just help you find your next big score. Hey there, coin hunters and treasure seekers. Let me ask you something. Have you ever glanced at your loose change and thought, what if one of these pennies is worth more than my car? Well, spoiler alert, it just might be. Today, we're diving deep into one of the most surprising coin treasures out there, the 2004 no-mint Mark Abraham Lincoln penny. Yep, you heard that right, a penny that's worth a jaw-dropping $1.40 million. Before we jump into the juicy details, let me tell you a quick story. A few months ago, I was cleaning out my car, the usual scavenger hunt for coffee cups and gum wrappers, and I found a penny stuck under my seat. It was so gross I almost tossed it, but something about it made me hold on. Spoiler, it wasn't worth $1.4 million, but it got me hooked on checking every single coin I come across. And trust me, you'll want to start doing the same after today's video. Alright, let's get into it. So, what's the deal with this 2004 no-mint Mark penny? First, let's talk about what no-mint Mark even means. Coins are usually stamped with a tiny letter that shows where they were made, like D4 Denver or S4 San Francisco. If there's no mint mark, it typically means the coin was made in Philadelphia. But here's the kicker: not all no-mint mark pennies are created equal. The 2004 no-mint mark penny isn't just any old Lincoln penny. This bad boy is valuable because of its rarity and unique features. Some of these coins were struck on the wrong planchet, which is just a fancy word for the blank metal disc used to make coins. Imagine printing a Picasso on a napkin instead of a canvas. It's rare, it's a mistake, and collectors go wild for it. Now, how did this penny skyrocket to $1.4 million? It's all about demand. Coin collectors, aka numismatists, if you want to sound fancy, love unique coins, and they'll pay big bucks for them. In auctions, a pristine 2004 no-mint Mark penny can fetch insane amounts because everyone wants a piece of history in their collection. Grab a magnifying glass or use your phone's zoom feature. You're looking for any unusual details, like doubling of letters or numbers. A regular penny weighs 2.5 grams, but some error pennies might weigh differently. A flawless penny with a shiny finish is always worth more, and don't forget to take your penny to a professional coin appraiser. They're like coin detectives and can confirm if you've struck gold or copper, in this case. Now, let's talk about the funny side of this. Can you imagine walking into a gas station, buying a candy bar, and unknowingly handing over $1 million penny? Somewhere out there, a cashier is sitting on a fortune, and they have no idea. So, the next time you get change, don't just shove it in your pocket. Take a good, long look. Alright, let's wrap this up. The 2004 no-mint Mark Lincoln penny is proof that big things can come in small packages, or, in this case, tiny coins. Whether you're a seasoned collector or just someone who's curious about the value of your spare change, this penny is a great reminder to always check your pockets, your couch cushions, and yes, even the floor of your car before you go. Let me leave you with this: there are millions of coins out there, but only a few are worth millions. Who knows? You could be holding a fortune right now without even realizing it. So, grab that jar of coins and start hunting. And hey, if you found this video helpful or at least mildly entertaining, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. I've got plenty more tips and strategies to help you spot valuable coins, so you never miss out on hidden treasures. Plus, it's free, unlike that $1.4 million penny you're about to discover. Hey there, coin collectors and treasure hunters. Imagine this: you're digging through your pocket change, ready to grab a coffee or maybe tip the pizza delivery guy, and bam, you stumble across a penny. Not just any penny, though. It's a 1998 no mint mark Lincoln penny. Now, most people wouldn't give it a second glance, but you're smarter than that. Because what if I told you this tiny copper coin could be worth $1.5 million? Yep, you heard me right, a measly 1-cent coin turning into a millionaire maker. Intrigued? Stick around because we're diving deep into what makes this coin so special, how you can spot one, and why it could be the golden ticket hiding in your change jar. Alright, let's start with the basics. The 1998 no mint mark Lincoln penny, what's the big deal? Well, first things first, the no mint mark part. Most coins in the US have a mint mark, a little letter that tells you where it was made. But if there's no letter under the date, that means it was minted in Philadelphia. Normally, that's not a big deal. But in 1998, a small batch of pennies came out with a unique error, making them incredibly valuable. A drumroll, please. It's all about the white AM reverse design. On the back of the penny, if you look closely at the words America, the space between the letters A and M is wider than usual. Most pennies from that year have the letters almost touching, but this rare batch has a noticeable gap. It's like the coin is saying, give me some personal space. Let me tell you a quick story. A few years ago, I was sorting through my old coin jar. You know, the one everyone has that's filled with years of random change? I wasn't expecting to find anything special, just hoping to scrounge up a few bucks for gas. But as I was flipping through, I noticed a penny that looked different. Sure enough, it was a 1998 no mint mark penny with the white AM. I felt like I'd won the lottery. Spoiler alert, it wasn't worth $1.5 million, mine wasn't in mint condition, but it still sold for a few $100 on eBay. Not bad for a penny, right? Grab a magnifying glass or loop. Trust me, you don't want to squint at every penny like a detective on a crime show. Look at the America on the reverse side. If the A and M have a gap, congratulations, you might be holding a winner. Check the overall condition of the coin. If it's shiny and free from scratches, it could be worth a fortune. If it's seen better days, it'll still be valuable, just not as much. But here's the kicker: these coins are rare, like finding an extra fry at the bottom of your fast food bag rare. The ones worth the big bucks are usually graded by professional services like PCGS or NGC. So, if you think you found one, don't just toss it in with the rest of your change. Get it checked out. So, there you have it, the 1998 no mint mark Lincoln penny. It's proof that even the smallest things can hold incredible value. Whether you're a hardcore coin collector or just someone hoping to strike it rich with your spare change, this penny is worth keeping an eye out for. And hey, even if you don't find one, it's still a great excuse to dig through those forgotten jars and drawers. Who knows what other treasures you might uncover? Before you go, here's the deal: I've got plenty more tips, stories, and strategies for finding coins that are worth serious money. So, if you're into that kind of thing, and let's be honest, who wouldn't be, hit that subscribe button, give this video a thumbs up, and drop a comment below about your favorite coin find. Let's turn that pocket change into a jackpot, one penny at a time. Hey everyone! Welcome back to the channel where we talk about coins that could turn your pocket change into a goldmine. Today, I've got a wild story for you. Imagine finding a penny in your couch cushions, only to discover it's worth $1.7 million. Yes, you heard that right, $1.7 million. We're talking about the 2000 no mint mark Abraham Lincoln penny. It's not just any penny, folks, it's the Beyoncé of coins, rare, valuable, and in a league of its own. Now, before you start flipping every penny in your piggy bank, let's break down why this coin is so special, how to spot one, and why collectors are willing to shell out millions for it. And stick around until the end because I'll share a funny story about the time I thought I struck it rich with a penny. Spoiler alert, I didn't. So, what's the deal with this 2000 no mint mark Lincoln penny? First things first, let's talk about what no mint mark means. When coins are struck at the Philadelphia Mint, they usually don't have a mint mark. So, technically, a no mint mark penny isn't a mistake, it's just how Philly rolls. But what makes this penny so valuable isn't just the lack of a mint mark. It's all about the condition, rarity, and a little bit of coin magic. You see, in 2000, most pennies were mass-produced without any major issues. But every once in a while, a few coins slip through the cracks with slight errors or unique features. For the 2000 no-mint mark Lincoln penny, the magic lies in its pristine condition. These are coins that look like they've never been touched, no scratches, no dents, no signs of wear. Collectors call this mint state, and the higher the grade, the more valuable the coin. And now, here's where things get exciting. A 2000 no-mint mark penny in mint condition recently sold for a jaw-dropping $1.7 million at auction. Why? Because it was graded at a perfect MS-70 by a professional grading service. That's like finding a 20-year-old car with 0 miles on it. It's practically unheard of. Let's talk about spotting one of these gems. Start by checking the date. 2000 is what you're looking for. Then, flip it over and inspect the details. Is Abraham Lincoln's face sharp and crisp? Are the letters on the coin clear and well-defined? And most importantly, does it look like it's been kept in a time capsule? If so, you might just have a winner, but before you go cashing in your find, you'll need to have it professionally graded. This is where the pros come in with their microscopes and fancy tools to determine the coin's true value. It's worth the investment because a certified grade can mean the difference between a coin that sells for $100 and one that sells for $1.70 million. Now, let me pause here for a second to share a personal story. A few years ago, I found a shiny penny from 2000. My heart skipped a beat, and I thought, this is it. I'm retiring early. I Googled it, compared it to photos, and even convinced myself it was in mint state. I sent it off for grading, dreaming about my future yacht. A few weeks later, I got the results, MS-62. Translation? It was worth about $10. Don't get me wrong, $10 for a penny is still a win, but no yachts were purchased that day. The moral of the story? Not every shiny penny is a jackpot, but that doesn't mean the search isn't worth it. Alright, folks, there you have it, the fascinating world of the 2000 no-mint mark Lincoln penny. It's proof that even the smallest things can hold incredible value. So, the next time you're rummaging through your change, take a closer look. Who knows? You might just find your ticket to a $1.7 million payday. If you enjoyed this video and want more tips on coins worth money, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. I promise, we'll make coin collecting fun, informative, and maybe even a little profitable. Share this video with your friends who still think pennies are just pennies, and let's spread the word, treasure is everywhere. Hey there, coin collectors and curious minds. What if I told you that a little penny in your pocket could be worth a jaw-dropping $1.8 million? Yes, you heard that right, a single 1970 D Lincoln penny could potentially change your life. I know what you're thinking, a penny? Really? I just saw one under my couch cushion last week. Well, you might want to grab that penny and give it a second look because this is one story you don't want to miss. Today, we're diving into the fascinating tale of the 1970 D mint mark Lincoln penny, how it became so valuable, what makes it special, and most importantly, how you can check if you've hit the jackpot. So, let's buckle up for this wild ride through history, mistakes, and the incredible world of coin collecting. Let's take it back to 1970. The Vietnam War was in full swing, bell-bottoms were all the rage, and the Denver Mint was cranking out pennies like there was no tomorrow. But here's the kicker, somewhere in that whirlwind of production, a few pennies turned out different. These weren't your everyday copper coins. Oh no, they had some quirks that make them worth more than Lamborghini today. And now, here's where things get juicy. Most 1970 D pennies are made of copper and zinc, just like any other penny. But the real stars of the show are the error coins. Imagine this, a mint worker accidentally uses a proof die intended for collectors instead of a regular die for circulation. Boom! A mistake is born, and history is made. These proof die errors led to pennies with double die obverse, meaning Lincoln's profile and the date have a subtle, ghostly double image. It's like Lincoln had a shadow, and that shadow made him a millionaire. These errors are incredibly rare, and coin enthusiasts will pay top dollar, or rather, top million, for one in mint condition. Now, before you run to your piggy bank or start tearing up your couch cushions, let's talk about what to look for. Check for the little d under the year 1970. That's the Denver Mint mark. Look closely at the date and the lettering. If it looks like the words or numbers are slightly doubled, you might be onto something. Coins in pristine condition, meaning no scratches, dents, or general wear and tear, fetch the highest prices. So if your penny looks like it's been through the washing machine, it's probably not the $1.8 million one. Let me tell you about my friend, Mike. Mike isn't a coin collector, far from it. He's the kind of guy who uses pennies to scratch off lottery tickets. But one day, he finds this old-looking penny in his car cup holder. Something about it catches his eye. So, he Googles it. Turns out, it wasn't the 1970 D penny worth millions, but it was still an error coin worth $300. Now, Mike's no millionaire, but hey, that's a pretty sweet return on a penny. The point is, you don't have to be a coin expert to strike gold or copper. In this case, you might be wondering, why would anyone pay $1.8 million for a penny? Great question. It all comes down to rarity and demand. Coin collectors, or numismatists if you want to sound fancy, are willing to shell out big bucks for rare coins to complete their collections. The 1970 D-era penny is like the holy grail for Lincoln penny enthusiasts, plus, there's the whole nostalgia factor. People love owning a piece of history, especially if that history comes with a funny little mistake. If you think you've got a valuable penny, don't just slap it on eBay and hope for the best. Take it to a professional coin grader or a trusted coin dealer. They'll authenticate it and give you an accurate value. You might also want to check out coin auctions or collectors' forums where serious buyers hang out. Alright, folks, there you have it, the incredible story of the 1970 D Lincoln penny worth a whopping $1.8 million. Who knew something so small could be so valuable? This just goes to show that sometimes, the little things in life really do make the biggest difference. Now, here's my challenge to you. Go check your coin jars, your car, your couch cushions, heck, even your laundry room. You never know where a fortune could be hiding. And if you do find one, don't forget who gave you the tip, okay? Before you go, make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. I've got plenty more tips, tricks, and jaw-dropping stories about coins that could make you rich. Trust me, you don't want to miss what's coming next.